Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
8-inch bagel, that's the pipe.
Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. New wrist, new whip, right around dipped. I can see why all these basic hoes pissed.
Bust down wrist, not a bust down bitch. Said I want your man, no the fuck I don't sis. See a rich nigga, why he still hitting licks? Nigga spinning bread, but he still can't hit. Bitch, please. Lamborghini keys, pussy dripping ice, he get flown out to me. Bitch, please. I want a man with the bees, pussy from the bag, going dumb on a D.
Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
8-inch bagel, that's the pipe.
Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
8-inch bagel, that's the pipe.
Hello. So I just got out of my first clinical rotation. We just went to the place and just walked around. Looks pretty easy. Honestly, it looks like, if you're like a CNA, it looks like just a regular old day of work. Regular old day of work. So I'm excited. Tomorrow I have to be there at 6:45. And compared to getting up, I wake up early, but we don't have to go to class till like 8. So this might be a challenge. Y'all, I have a big problem. I can't stop going out to eat. Like, I literally won't cook. Like, I won't cook. Like, I can't help it. I really can't. And it's not good when you're trying to save, like, money. I'll have to do an entire video on budgeting. I'm very good at budgeting, but when it comes to food, I dibble and dabble. But yeah, tomorrow is our last day. We just have one day of nursing clinicals, real easy, and then it's spring break. I will be posting a video on the Operation Varsity Blues. I'm sure you probably already seen it, just depending on when I upload this video. But we're gonna spice up this channel, you guys. We're gonna spice it up. But you guys have a great day, and I will be filming tomorrow, and then I'll upload this later. Thank you guys for really watching. I really do appreciate you guys and your comments. You guys are very supportive, and I will support you too as well during your journey. You can let me know if you are going to school or attempting to go to school, and I will follow you through your journey too as well. You guys have a good one. Nursing fundamentals is done. Done. Like, you guys, these past couple of weeks have been just crazy. Just a lot of emotions. And one thing that I can quite say about nursing is it takes up your time 100%, but it's well worth it. So the past, I think it's about 2 weeks since I've missing. Sorry, you guys. It's just between clinicals, work outside of school, you know. I have to focus at this point. So if you ever see me going that long periods of time, that means that I'm going heavy on the books, and then I'm making sure that I'm passing. But again, I will keep up with the videos. So in March, we completed nursing fundamentals. There was a skill that I was struggling on, and you guys will probably know it, that I had a head-to-toe assessment. And I don't think I talked about, I had a teacher before. We have 3 teachers, and there's one teacher that I totally dislike. She's an older teacher, and she can be nice sometimes, but she's just, you know, when those older people, when they're just set in their ways and they feel like, okay, well, I have this degree, I'm kind of better than you and I know more than you, and there's no way that I can be wrong. So we've been doing a head to toe assessment, and when I got in there, you can only miss 5 like key points in the head to toe assessment skill. And I knew I only missed 3 because it's a lot of, if you look up a head to toe assessment on YouTube, there's a lot of things that you just can't miss. There's certain stuff that you have to say, and I knew I only missed 3. And she was like, you didn't name any tubes on the patient. She said you didn't obtain any vitals, and you didn't assess for facial drooping as far as stroke or anything like that. And I said, yes, I did. Like, she was so busy with her work before she got to me, and I said, yes, I did. I said all of those things. Maybe you didn't hear me. She was like, well, are you trying to question me? You know, because I'm the professional. Are you trying to question me? I said, no, ma'am, I'm not trying to question you or anything like that, but I don't think you were hearing me. I said all those things when I was doing my head-to-toe assessment. I knew I only missed 3 by itself. There was other things that I missed, not a total of 5. For me to fail. 5 is failing the skill, and then you have to retake the skill. She was like, well, I didn't hear you say any of those things. And I was sitting there like, just because you're a RN and you're a professional doesn't mean that you just can't be wrong. And I was just getting so upset with the lady. I was arguing back and forth with her in the skills lab, and I was like, you know what, I'm done talking to you. I'll go speak to somebody over you, and we'll just do it like that way, okay? So I had to leave her, because how can I prove to you that I did something if you weren't paying attention? How can I prove to somebody even above you that I did this and there's no cameras or anything like that? So I just felt like it was just so unfair that the lady was treating me that way when I was doing my head to toe assessment. She was like, well, you need to know this. You know, if you don't get this down, then you could fail or you could be kicked out of the program. How? You are not uplifting me as a student at all. You're the only teacher that is so hardcore on students. It's not the first time that a student has complained about you, you know, basically her listening skills and following ahead. Like, if a person is doing a head to toe assessment, that means you need to be right over the student and the mannequin, and you didn't know exactly what she's doing. No, she's looking at her paper the whole time I'm doing a skill. And I asked people in the class, I said, do you guys have that same problem? And she was like, yeah. And there was about 4 other students that failed with her. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to retake the skill. And I didn't want to talk to her like at all. So I've been dealing with the other teachers, and I've just been over it. So I'm fine with that. I passed nursing fundamentals, passed the test. Now we are on to HOSA. HOSA is Health Occupations Students of America. They had to make us, it's like an organization for health students, the people that want to get careers in health occupations, you know, careers. And they made us take a test, and they made us pick a category in what we wanted to compete in. And I chose medical assisting because, again, if you look at my first video, I stated that I used to run a clinic. So I used to help with that, and I know all about that. And I wasn't even certified, I was just trained. So I studied under that. I had to take a test to get into HOSA, and I had to take another test for medical assistant to get into the medical assistant competition. So for the first test, it was more over like world diseases. It was more of like, it was giving me questions about Ebola and stuff like that. You know, stuff that I know about Ebola, but it was like more diseases far off that a doctor, you know, would know, somebody that's more into health. So it was questions that I had to really dig deep in my brain, remember from news channels and stuff like that. And I had to take that test. It was about like, I don't know, it was about 30 to 40 questions. And then I had to take another test again for the medical assistant. That was really easy because it was giving me insurance questions. It was giving me questions on urine specimens. It was giving me proper etiquette on calls, proper etiquette for paperwork, working beside a doctor, like medications and whatnot. And a lot of stuff that we've learned for fundamentals was actually in that test exam too. I didn't necessarily really care for the competition or anything like that because I'm focusing on nursing, but the way how my school is set up, I guess they have a partnership, so everybody has to be in this organization, and plus it does make you look good on your resume. So a couple of weeks later, our teacher came into the class. 24 students, we all had a test into some type of competition, and I was chosen out of, I would say about only 8 to 10 students was chosen in our classroom, and we were the top 10% test takers, like in the whole state. Like we did good on our tests. So now we have to go compete state level into whatever we are competing, because we have things like forensic science, medical spelling and whatnot. You can even do CNA. So that's crazy how I passed this test, and was the top 10% at that. Fun fact, when I went to the school in high school, again, because our high school, we were studying on a career level. So when I went to the school in high school, I had to do HOSA before, and I did test top 10% in my state too a couple of years back. And I did CERT. I did Community Emergency Response Team, if you ever look that up on YouTube. And I had a partner that I competed with, and we didn't care about the organization or anything like that. We didn't care about competing, because we was just worried about our grades. I mean, we didn't really take it serious, but they told us with HOSA, if you win the competition, they will pay to fly you out to nationals, and it's basically like a free vacation, and you compete on a national level. So when I was in high school, I actually won that competition. Like, me and my partner, we didn't even know we was gonna win. Like, we literally looked at the requirements and we was like, okay. And we went into the room and we did it. So I guess we met all the points and we won that. We had gold medals. And then they flew us out to Tennessee, and we were in Gaylord Opryland Hotel. If you ever look at that hotel, it is really rich, bougie. It's everything of a girl's dream. I mean, it was so nice. It had swimming pools, I mean, restaurants inside. It was basically like, it was like a fantasy. And so we were there for 7 days, and we didn't know that we had to take another test on a national level to compete again. So we failed that test, but we won a free vacation in high school. So that was great. So they told us again that in nursing, they're gonna, if you win the competition now, they'll fly us out to Florida, and it's paid. They'll pay for everything. So I'm gonna try my best, y'all, to win this competition, because if I win it, I think that would be great for the channel. I think that will be great for other children that are still in high school. And if you're a mother or anything like that, and you want your kids to be in these type of programs, I recommend 100% to make your kids get into these programs. I didn't take it serious when I was younger, but like, you know, by my luck, I actually won it and just did my thing. But if I actually took it serious, I would have had 100%, you know. So if you had kids, please put them in these organizations so they can get one step ahead, and this makes you look real great on your resume. And another thing that I have been hearing, HOSA, they are giving people scholarships. So if they're giving you scholarships and the schools is offering to pay for these programs and fly you out for free, give your 100%. Just do it. This makes you look really well. So back to school. Let's see, we're done with fundamentals. I'm just looking at a calendar so I can give y'all like an update. Let's see, we had spring break, y'all. Spring break was wild for me, but I just ended up going to work, and I just slept that whole entire week. Like, I was just trying to play catch up with my sleep, because y'all, when it comes to sleep, it's been about a good 5 to 6 hours, then 8 hours at school. Try to get about 6 to 8 hours at my job or something like that, you know. So I ain't been getting much sleep at all. And then let's see, clinicals, y'all. Let me tell you, we still on our first nursing clinicals. They sent us to this assisted living. and I'm at the skills section, so people are there for rehab. It's one of those older family-owned nursing homes. I get there, nursing. We have to be about nursing assistants first to get the basics, I guess, for the first clinical. Once you've been a CNA before, what you want to do once you stop doing it to never go back, right? So when they made us pair up with the CNA, it was a nice girl, you know, my skin tone, we was vibing and everything like that. She was telling me about the organization and how they can't sit. They can't sit down. The only time they can ever sit down is when they take a break, y'all. I said, oh God, this is one of them nursing homes. So we there for about 5 hours, and then we have post-conference with the teacher. 5 hours. We passing trays, we getting people up, we doing showers, we doing all types of just vigorous hard work. And that's why I believe as a CNA, when you a CNA, I believe y'all should definitely get paid more. Everybody, they should just get paid more. Not the minimum wage or anything like that, because the stuff that you have to do is so tough, so hard. I always tell people, get out. Get out, go back to school. Like the girl that I was working with, she's an older girl. She had about 3 kids. And I told her, I said, hey, this is how much I'm paying for the LPN program. They even working with you as far as payment plans. I said, you've been doing this for way too long. You shouldn't be breaking your back. But please take it into consideration to further your education. Like, I'm a big advocate for furthering your education. Like, I've done the CNA work, even home health and whatnot. Still, home health is way better than just being into a facility where they make you walk. Sometimes people gotta cook, you know, and do all this extra stuff, and you got nurses down your back, down your throat, and you getting paid as low as like $9-10. Like, I was just like really telling this girl, like, when it comes to nursing, the program, like, it was like literally like a light that switched in my head. Like, God told me, like, you need to further your education. You don't need to be job hopping and whatnot. So I was telling her, I said, with you and these 3 kids and where you at right now, if you got somebody that's helping you or a man at home, please just go further your education. Because like the work that we was doing, like the first day, I was ready to quit. No lie, I was ready to quit. I was ready to walk out because they don't let them people sit. We didn't even get a break, bro. Like, we didn't get a break. And you know, the residents there, they were sweet, they were nice. It's just the facility, they hardcore. So we had to do 5 rotations with them. Our last rotation is this upcoming week. We go every Thursday and Friday. We gotta wake up at 6:40. No, I gotta wake up at 6 o'clock and be there at about 6:45 in the morning. And so that's really tough on me because I haven't busted, like, you know, an actual morning shift in so long. We don't have to be at school till usually at 8 o'clock. So now, that first week I was just over it. So it's just, this is why I've been gone for so long. So after the first week of nursing clinicals, we was finishing up the majority of our tests. We are moving towards mental health. Mental health now has 4 exams. Nursing fundamentals had 9. So 9, when you have 9 exams, doesn't that give you enough leeway as far as failing a test? You know, you might can fail 1 or 2 tests and still get a passing grade, because the only thing you need is a 70% and above in testing to pass nursing fundamentals and go on to the nursing course. So mental health only has 4 tests. That means I have to be on my A game. Like, right now we are on day 6 of April, right? So next week, I'm studying for mental health part 1, and then we're working on dementia care as far as like getting a dementia care certification, and then I'm competing Tuesday in HOSA, and then I'll find out if I won the competition on the 10th of April. And then Thursday, Friday, which is the 11th and 12th of April, that's just my last first nursing clinical. So that means I gotta go hard. I gotta do a total of 3 care plans for patients. I gotta do a nutrition plan for patients. I even gotta do a paper coming up. She hasn't explained all the details yet, but I know I got a paper coming up. You know, and she's doing checkoffs as far as tube feedings, vital signs, finger sticks. It's just all the skills that we had from the past couple of months, every test, it's all coming back again in our clinicals. So just when they say study, they mean it. Study, because they're gonna bring it right back on you, right back on you. And there was one day where the nurse, she came up to me and my partner, and she was like, when are y'all gonna get into the real stuff? And she was like, you know, as far as shots and whatnot, passing medication. And I said, well, we doing that right now because we in mental health, and then mental health is mixed with pharmacology as well. And she said, okay, just come and walk with me. And so I walked with her, and she was showing me about the certain medications, pushing IVs. She showed me pushing medications through a tube feed and doing actual tube feeding and whatnot. Like, she just wanted me to stick with her, and she was just saying, you know, she told me about her story when she got her LPN, and she was like, man, like, she got it like last year, and she was telling me, you know, how she used to be homeless, and she ain't got no kids or nothing like that, but she was still going through her LPN program. And she was like, man, I had to finish. Like, I wasn't making no type of money or nothing like that. And I was going to school Monday through Friday. And, you know, when you're working as an aide, that's really not a lot of money coming in. You know what I'm saying? And so she was homeless. She said she failed the NCLEX twice. And then the third time, you know, that lucky 3, she passed. And she was like, she was so glad that she did it because her LPN, again, gave her, like, a step ahead, you know what I'm saying? So now she's doing really well for herself, you know, traveling, going out and whatnot. Like, so the people at the facility, they were very nice to me, telling me about their stories, and they're very they motivate me because they keep telling me, no matter where you are, keep going. You can get your LPN, get your RN, get your BSN, do whatever that you can, but you got to keep going. If you only one providing for yourself, then just do it. So they were very helpful with me with that. Furthermore, while we're doing mental health for exams, we started pharmacology. We started it like last week on Monday, and we had our tutor. We have a health science tutor. So one thing that I'm paying for out of that $2,000, you know, for the school, which is cheap, is we have a tutor. So we started pharmacology, and she's very good. I like to call her one of those teachers. I don't know what she went to school for, but she masters the science of testing. She's not even a nurse. She's mastering the science of testing, right? And so she taught us the first section of pharmacology, and you know, she explained it very well. I tested myself, and I made an 88 on the first exam. But peep this, y'all. 88 is not passing for pharmacology. A 92 is passing for pharmacology. When I tell you, I was like when 92, y'all. Like, the thing about this first exam, you don't pass the first exam, you gotta go to the tutor. The tutor will go over everything with you, and usually I looked at my test, and it was something stupid. I read the label wrong. It was something real stupid. The test was really easy, but I read the label wrong, and that's how I missed the question. And so, like, you only can miss 2, and I missed 3. So, like, I missed the question, and I read that complete label wrong, right? And so I was like, oh, that's simple, but I still got to go to the tutor, and we're going to go over it. She's going to test me again and again, and then she's going to give a word to my teachers and say, hey, she's ready to take the second test. I take the second test, and then I'll probably take it like the week after next, because we're doing a whole bunch of events, and I'm confident that I'm going to pass it. But say if a person does not pass that second test, right, they take it a third time, she tutors them again. If you do not pass the third time, they will dismiss you from the program. Like, when I tell you they don't play in nursing school, like, they do not play. Like, they will dismiss you. Like, if you don't grasp it, you just don't, nursing is just not for you. That's how I feel. Like, they'll throw you out to the wolves, like, she's not for nursing. That's how I feel, you know, they just throw you out. She said the whole time, there was one teacher, they said if she's been teaching for 13 years, through her whole time in the program, they only has to dismiss one person. So that's just about what's going on for the rest of April's month. Master mental health, master pharmacology, and then on to May. We pretty much not doing a whole lot. Actually, we have the second nursing clinicals, and then I think we're just going to go to like one of those mental nursing homes or a hospital. Like it's a big hospital that we have around here, so hopefully they send me to the hospital because I want the real skills, get me to the real stuff. But it's going real well for me, and it's kind of making me like crazy. And crazy as in it's taking a lot of energy out of me because I haven't went to school Monday through Friday since high school, y'all. In college you ain't gotta go a day or 2 days, sometimes you do night or days. Like Monday through Friday is a lot, but it's well worth it for a year and better pay. That's how I gotta tell myself my lifestyle will come back in 1 more year. I've been stuck in this this bedroom. Like I've been stuck in here. I've been studying and studying and studying. It's paying off, but it's taking a lot of energy out of me. So that's how I was gone for like 2 weeks. We're on to the 3rd week. That's why it's taking me so long to add a video on here, because it's work. It's just a lot of work. And you'll see that people that have told me that y'all going to the LPN program, you'll see that you just gonna need to take, it's called self-care. That's what I'm doing. Y'all need to do some self-care. I've even I started eating, my fruits and vegetables, going hard on that. And then I've been going to the gym. Like this morning, I woke up 8 o'clock in the morning. I started looking at classes at 10 Gym, and they got a cardio class and a Zumba class, and I went to the cardio class with a friend. And I need to start doing that because I started to feel weak. Like if I can't get enough sleep, I'm busting my ass at this nursing home, and I'm studying at nights, for hours on end. Like my body is really taking a toll. So I started to go to the gym, and I'm gonna start talking to the people there and telling them like, do what you can, like stretch me out. I need to do yoga and all of that stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do to start, taking a lot of stress off me, is to start working out. Because if I sit all day, that means I'm just gonna want to be hungry, and I'm just gonna want to just eat all day, and I'm gonna get big, and I don't have time for that. I gotta, me being like 5'2", I gotta make sure my weight is right every single time. So, oh, and one more thing, y'all. I took that ATI. Y'all didn't know what the hell an ATI was. I said, what the nursing be just coming up with most stuff after most stuff. So I guess the ATI is basically like stuff that you've learned through your entire course. So nursing, we finished nursing fundamentals. They'll test you like a big final in the ATI. So there's one level, it's gonna be, you either pace, like it's like a 4th level, like you top tier, 3rd level, you're doing good. And then it's the 1st level. No, I'm lying. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. You're either gonna be below average, or you're gonna be at a proficiency level, or you're gonna be at the top tier, everything in material. I passed at like a proficiency level, right? Meaning enough to pass, enough to not fail, and it gave me a 1 point. So they added an extra point on my grade. So that helps for people that wasn't passing nursing fundamentals. I probably only knew like one person that wasn't passing, that was borderline wasn't passing nursing fundamentals, right? As far as testing, because you have to have a 70% on testing, not the overall grade as far as your skills, your documentation, your homework. Testing alone has to be 70% or they'll kick you out of the program, right? And so she was borderline, and she passed it, but the people that didn't pass it, they were doing good as far as the coursework. They didn't pass it, and we didn't have to really necessarily study for the ATI. It's just if you know it or not. And I didn't study. So I passed it, and it let me know. It said, okay, with this proficiency level, it lets you know that you're one of those people that can pass the NCLEX in the future. That's what it told me. Okay, good. Rip it up. Throw it away. The people that didn't pass it, they had to go to the teacher that I don't like. She deals with the grades. And she gave them homework. You have to do homework, like, and it's vigorous homework, I guess, to make up for failing that test. So it's not one of those tests where it's going to bring your grade down. No, you already have your grade for fundamentals. You passed it. It's just what's going to bring you up if you passed below a 1, you know? And so she gave them homework, and they were getting upset and whatnot. And I was like, y'all already passed it. Just do the homework and get over with. And, you know, everybody's doing good right now. Nobody has failed at the class, which I'm very happy about. But one thing that I would say about nursing is that they make you, all of the teachers really make you feel like if you're not on your A game, might as well say goodbye. You might as well say goodbye. So when they say nursing is all the way with this shit, you better be on your A game. Like, that's how they make everybody feel here. Like, so when I say, this is what I mean. What else? Am I missing anything? Can y'all believe that it's April? I was just here in January telling y'all that I was going to school, and now it's April. So when people who've already went to school told you that it goes by fast, sincerely, it goes by fast. It really does. It's about to be May coming up. Like, I'm literally blinking and it's the next day. So I'm really glad you guys are taking me with this journey. Y'all cross my fingers for helping me. Next week, if I win first place in that HOSA, I can take y'all to freaking Florida and I can show you around. And it's Disney World too. I'm gonna be in a resort, y'all. So I can be on a free trip. So y'all cross your fingers for me. I hope I pass this test and this skill. I'm looking outside, being nosy. But thank you guys for watching. I'm doing okay. I'm just surviving at this point. But thank you so much. You guys have a good one.